Okay, today we're gonna do the air brake test for an automatic truck. Okay, so for automatic truck, there's basically 5 sections to it. So you make sure that you fully understand your 5 sections of your air brake test. First one is applied air leak test. So during the exam, you're gonna start with is make sure you're doing a safe start. And what is a safe start? Safe start means you're gonna pull your brakes, okay? And make sure it's pulled and make sure you're on neutral, yes? Okay, so that means you're in safe start, which means now we're gonna read our primary gauge, okay? So primary gauge, we gotta make sure we're below 90 PSI. How do I bring down to below 90 PSI? All I have to do is press the service, okay? All right, so right there, that'll be sufficient, okay? This will be sufficient for us to start, okay? As long as it's below 90, we're good to go, all right? Okay, now we're gonna tell the examiner. First thing we're gonna say is, I'm ready to do my air brake inspection. My first test is applied air leak test. Now I'm gonna turn my engine, okay? And I'm gonna press down my clutch, all the way down, and press my button here, all right? Okay, with this press, then I can let go of my clutch. Right, so now all I'm doing is I'm pressing the accelerator so that I can increase my speed, my air into the tank, right? Into the tank. So I'm ramping up to 1300. Okay, ramping up to 1300. Okay, when I ramp up to 1300, air is going to the primary tank, air tank itself. Okay, so this will be your primary and this will be your secondary. Okay, so you before you start your air brake test, you want to ask the examiner, can I just say the primary? If he says yes, then you just need to say the primary. Then you don't need to say the secondary. Majority for the manual trucks, all you have to say is the primary will be sufficient. Okay, but always ask the examiner which one do they want you to. If you're okay, just to say the primary. Now we're listening to the, okay, to the release sound. There you go. Okay. Now once we hear that, we don't right away shut off our accelerator. A couple seconds, let go your clutch. Let go your accelerator, and then you're gonna point to your primary now. Okay. Now look at the primary. You got 100, 150, right? So right in between there, that's 125. Okay, so it's a little bit lower than 120, a little bit more than 125. You can see that, right? So you'll say this is, right now it's 125 exactly. So I'm gonna say to the examiner now, my primary is 125, and then all I have to do is press it, my clutch all the way down, put it on first gear. Okay, put it on first gear. Yeah, it works too. All the way down. Here we go. First gear. Now, shut off the engine. Notice my hand is still here. Okay? And turn it back on. Okay? Let go your clutch. Okay? Once I let go, you can see we're letting it situate. Okay? Letting it situate right there. Okay? So next, right here, we're gonna release the trailer brake and then tractor brake. Be gentle with it, okay? So don't force it, don't bring it down like that, okay? So let it situate, and now you'll have your timer ready, okay? You gotta get one from your either 99-cent stores or any of the location, a timer for yourself, just in case when you get to the truck during the exam and it's missing or you're not sure how to press it. So get yourself a timer and ready to set for the 1 minute, okay? So now I'm gonna press my both feet, okay? So that you can press one if you like, you can press both if you like. Now once I press down, I do not let go, okay? You notice my body, okay? My body is fully pressed in, okay? So this way it doesn't lose any air. And you can see this is my primary now, okay? My primary is 100. I'm gonna tell the examiner, my primary is 100. My 60 seconds starts now. I should not lose more than 4 PSI during the 60 seconds, okay? So as the timer goes, you gotta make sure you let the examiner see it. See your timer, and let's say now 60 seconds is up. I did not lose more than 4 psi. This is a good test. Once I say this is a good test, then now I can release my feet. Okay? Do not do it beforehand. Even if it's 60 seconds is up, do not let go right away. Okay? You gotta make sure you say it, this is a good test, then you let go. Okay, during that 60 seconds. Okay, now my second test is my low air warning test. My low air warning test, what am I looking for? Is I'm looking for my buzzer and light to come on no lower than 55 psi. Okay, no lower than 55 psi. Okay, so now all I have to do, as you notice, I haven't touched anything, right? The only thing I need to do is press down my service. Okay, all right, so watch. All right, this is not it. Okay, okay, now you see both buzzer and light came on. Okay, and then look, here's the reading. You see, I'm sorry, you see the white area, okay, where the white line is? That's 75. Okay, and between the white and the red, in that middle line there, that's 70. So we got 70, 75, that looks like 80. Yeah, okay, so my primary is 80. This is a good test because both my buzzer and light came on before 55 psi. All right, now take a look at this now. This is your second question before your air brake test. You want to ask the examiner. You see there, the light is off, went off, right? Because it was right in between. So watch, if I press it, even though the buzzer is on, but my brake light went off. Okay, so you want to ask the examiner, which reading do they want? Do they want the one that barely came on and go off? Or should I press again? Watch, I press the service again. You see how consistent now is remaining on? So you want to ask the examiner, which number do they want? Okay? Do they want us to press it again to get it on, to get it remaining on? Or just the first one, the initial one that came on? Both my buzzer and light came on first. So the question again to ask the examiner. So 2 questions to ask. First question, remember I said, ask about the primary. Can I just say the primary? Okay. If they say yes, go ahead, just only mention the primary reading. If they say no, then you have to read primary and secondary reading. Okay, that's one. Second question was, during my low air warning test, which number do you want me to read? When my warning light and the buzzer barely come on and goes off, or do you want me to press again to get a consistent on? Okay, so this is where the tricky part is because of the amount of pressure that you press on, so the number varies. So you want to make sure that which one they want you to read. Okay, so that's number 2. The third test now is my pop-out test. Right, these two will my spring brake will pop out between 20 to 45 psi. So that's my third test. Okay, so this is the spring brake pop-out test. Okay, so again, the only thing I do is press down my service. Okay, so again, press it down. Every time you press, this is manual. You let go, put it off, and you let go and wait to see if it pops. Okay, you gotta pay attention to it and make sure it's not popping out. Okay, when it pops out. Okay, all right, so again, press, let go. Don't rush. I see students just boom, 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 then that's no good. Okay, then by the time it pops out and you over press, automatic fail. You cannot over press your spring brake, your service, to pop it. Okay, so it got to be exactly which one it is. I know it's around here, so I'm waiting for that to pop out. Watch, there you go. Okay, perfect, awesome. You see, now I'm gonna say here's the reading again. Okay, here's 50, 25, 0. Okay, so it's above 25, so that to me that's like 30. Okay, so now very firm number that I'm going to tell the examiner. My primary is 30. this is a good test because my spring brakes, both my spring brakes pops out between 20 to 45 psi. Now, this time, these two both pop out together. Sometimes one would pop out and the other one still holds. So if that's the case, you're gonna read the spring brake of the one that popped out. And then you read again for the second one when the second one popped out, okay? So you gotta read both numbers separately. And then you, at the end of both pops out, then you say, my primary is whatever the number is, my secondary is the number. Then you say this is a good test because it pops out between 20 to 45 psi. If, however, if it didn't read pop out between 20 to 45, that is not a good test. If it's not a good test, do not say that's a good test. What you're gonna do is you're gonna say this is not a good test, I'm gonna do over again, okay? Make sure of that, okay? So this is my third test completed. Now my fourth test is I'm gonna do the brake test, okay? So need to do is I'm gonna put it on neutral, which is the tug test we're gonna do, right? So for the tug test, we put it on neutral, we're gonna turn it back on, we're gonna bring back air into the tank, okay? All right, turn it on. Now, obviously these already popped, so we don't even need to do the safe start, right? All we need to do is bring it on to neutral. All right, so here on again, I'm gonna press the accelerator so I can fill my tank, okay? I'm gonna fill my tank right now, okay? Again, for this test, for the tug test, before we used to bring up to 100, but now the DMV requirement is to bring up to maximum. So if the examiner says, some examiner might want to tell you says, you don't need to bring up to maximum. Bring up 100 is sufficient. You just do 100, okay? So it all depending on the examiner who you get, okay? Now we're reaching it, we bring it up, we're putting one on at 1300 RPM. So we're bringing up the reading. Also during this time, while we're doing this, we gotta make sure our seatbelt is on at all time anyway. We're supposed to put it on to start from beginning. Make sure to get in the habit of putting the seatbelt on. And then you want to tell the examiner to put on their seatbelt during this test. Okay, so in other words, the number 4 test, the tug test, and your service brake test, you got these 2 tests, you gotta make sure to tell the examiner to put on the seatbelt. Everything is about safety for DMV, okay? So we wanna make sure that just in case you overpress, whatever, so we wanna make sure it's safe. All right, so now we gotta just hear the sound. Now we're gonna put down into the first gear, okay? All right, put that in the first gear. Now I'm gonna test my tractor brake, okay? As you notice, it's out, right? I'm gonna test my tractor brake by releasing my service brake, okay? Now, so in other words, we're testing the tractor right now, right? So I'm gonna let go my clutch, slowly. Do not go quick, because you don't want to scare the examiner, okay? Let go very slow. There you go. All right, this is a good test. My spring brake, my tractor brake held us in place, okay? So now we're gonna pull our trailer brake up and release our tractor, okay? Now we're gonna test our trailer brake, okay? So again, I'm gonna release it slowly, and there you go. This is a good test. Our trailer brake has held us in place, okay? So now we're gonna release both tractor and trailer to do our 5th test. Our 5th test is our service brake test, right? So all I have to do is to release my, so I'm gonna tell the examiner that we're gonna move forward 3 to 5 feet and then we're gonna press down our service, and it should stop us. Okay, so that's why we're testing the service brake test, right? So again, I'm gonna let go of the clutch slowly. Okay, so when I let go of the clutch, we're gonna move forward already, right? That's like just normal when you drive, practicing your driving. All right, so you go move a little bit. That's all you need. Press down and stop. This is a good test. Our service brake stop us. Okay, so with that said, you put back in neutral. You pull your brakes, and you make sure that you complete everything correctly. Is there anything that you forgot to say? Like for instance, if you forgot to mention your your primary gauge, that's an automatic fail. So you got to make sure every section of it, all the reading is set. If you didn't say it, make sure you go back and say, I need to start over on that section because I didn't say that part. So if the examiner is graceful, we'll give you another chance. Then you're allowed to redo it again. Otherwise, if you forgot, then it's automatic fail. Okay, every single part of what we said right now, it's all part of the exam. Okay, with that said, then you can start with the engine on, you can start your in-cab inspection. We're done with the air brake inspection. So when you're done with this, then you're going to tell the examiner, we have concluded our air brake inspection.